Hi guys, and welcome back to another video. So today is the second in a short series I'm doing on answering some of the most commonly asked questions I hear from clients I work with. And this is a big one. This is something that I think is the number one question that people ask, and indeed is the number one reason why people come to me in the first place, to help them with writing their resumes and for professional rebranding. I'm applying to dozens of jobs and I hear absolutely nothing back. There must be something wrong with my resume. Now, in a general sense, their resumes often aren't bad, but what it's doing, it's not, the resume is not talking to the position they're applying for. I always tell people that you can have a 10 out of 10 resume for one job, but it might only be a 2 out of 10 resume for another job, sometimes even another similar job. Ultimately, the resume needs to be lean in very heavily to the position you're applying for. So really think of it as a two-stage process. When you apply for a job, when you click the apply now button and you attach your resume, you're going through two stages. The first stage you're going through is the ATS screening. The second stage is that you're going through the screening by the human reader. Now, what will happen is that during the first stage, the little robots who live inside the ATS system, the applicant tracking system, they're going to scan the content of your resume, looking to identify certain key terms. If they find enough key terms, if they find an 80% match between the content of your resume and the key terms the recruiter has put on the screening algorithm, it may then move you to the next stage. Now, it's often impossible to know exactly what the key screening terms are, but you'll get a good sense by looking at the requirements. What are the key things they're asking for at the top of the list, or what's repeated more than once? Now, if the ATS finds those things, then it will move you on to the next stage where the human reader will validate the existence of that content and will really do a more qualitative examination as to whether or not you're fit for a job. Now, let's assuming that you are technically a fit for the job based upon the ATS screen. The recruiter is going to want to feel that there's a connection between you and your resume. You want to do this within 2 pages, no more. Even if you have a fairly lengthy career history, generally 2 pages is what you want to shoot for. I was working with somebody recently, offering just some general guidance, who had a 23-page resume. 23 pages. I can guarantee you, and I told them, I can guarantee you that the recruiter will not, absolutely will not read past the second page. Even if they do intend, they might scan through it, but out of curiosity as to, because I think most likely they would never have seen a 23-page resume before. But keep it short, keep it concise, and always lean into the specifics of the job that you're applying for. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to take the content from the job posting and just insert into your resume. That's called keyword padding. A good recruiter will pick up on that immediately. So there's got to be some context. There's got to be meaning. There has to be a reason for you adding that content to your resume. So the number one reason why people are not hearing back is because the recruiter's not feeling a resonance, or the ATS system is not finding the key requirements in the job. If you apply for a position, let's say as a bus driver, and you send them a resume for a chef in a restaurant, it will not get through. You need to have bus driver relevant content in your resume. So I hope that helped. Again, if you have any questions, you can just drop me a message below, or you can check out some of my earlier videos where I'll be talking about the key main questions that I get asked on a regular basis. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, I would appreciate you subscribing to this channel. And stay tuned for the next installment of where I'll be answering another highly asked question about resumes and applying for jobs. Take care, guys.